Hello everybody, it's me GeoSlave53 here for another running tux. So this one I'm gearing to people that are building websites, or they're web designers or developers, and you want to use Linux for web development and you need the tools. Can you do it on Linux? Yes, you can. You'd be surprised that 95% of the web servers out there are Linux based, something a lot of people don't know about. And basically they're LAMP stacks, which are basically Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. And that is the most popular one out there. Now, you can install a LAMP stack on Linux, but I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to show you a community called XAMPP that does it better. Basically, it stands, for Apache, MySQL, PHP, and Perl. Perl isn't just another programming language like PHP. MySQL is a database program, and Apache is a web server. So you just need three: Apache, MySQL, and PHP. Or you could do it Perl instead of PHP. It depends, but PHP is the most popular one out there. So I'm going to show you how to install XAMPP on Linux itself. So here is the website for XAMPP. As you can see, it's cross-platform. That's another good reason why I like XAMPP. I use it both for Windows and for Linux. Even though I have Apple, I don't use it. I do more of my development on these two than I do on Apple. But here we're going to do Linux itself. So all you have to do is you click where it says, download right here, and it'll say awesome, and it'll start downloading, and then you're off downloading XAMPP to your computer itself. So then next thing you want to do is, right after it's downloaded, I'm going to go to the terminal right here, and I have these notes right here. Actually, let me bring it over this way. Be better off like this. There we go. All right. So basically, to install it, you have to be in the directory where you have it done. So I'm going to type ls, and as you can see right here, I have multiple ones, but the one I want is right here, XAMPP, right here on the bottom. All right. So what you have to do first is we're going to first make it executable, because right now you can't execute it because you need to change it so you can run it. So it's chmod space 755 space, and then the actual program that you're doing. So here it's 64. Oops. Run. Actually, let me do this. Just hit tab. There you go. That's better. There you go. Done. Okay. And then next we're going to type sudo //XAMPP. There we go. Hit enter. So we can now install it, because now it's executable. There we go. And there it is. Now, XAMPP teamed up with Bitnami, and Bitnami did a lot of kind of add-on scripting for web servers out there. So they teamed up with XAMPP to make it easier to do development for web servers. So that's why you see Bitnami right there. And I'm going to show you some more on there. It's like you see some of the other programs on here, how to install, and I'll show you right after we're done with this. So you click next, it'll say core files and development files. Definitely choose both. Then it'll say, well, it's going to be installed under /op/lamp. Now this is going to be kind of locked down somewhat, but there is a way to get around it, and the installation kind of helps you tweak it so you can still do more stuff on there. So click next. You want to learn more about Bitnami for XAMPP. Right now I don't want to. Click next. XAMPP is going to ready to install. Click next, and there you go. So right now it's installing XAMPP onto your computer. It's just a simple program installing all your packages, making sure everything is done correctly. It's going to install Apache. It's going to install MySQL, PHP, Perl, and some other programs. And right after it's done, I'll show you how to use it and all. And we're going to find a way to test it out just to see if it's in working condition. All right. So it's just about done here. Now I've been using XAMPP now for about 5 years now. Yeah, 5 years I've been using XAMPP. This is my preferred choice over LAMP and some of the others out there. But XAMPP's very easy to use. I've never had issues before. They improve year after year, especially in the past year with Bitnami. They've tremendously improved with a lot of things that they've done over the years. So now it's done, so it's going to say launch XAMPP. Let's do that. Hit finish, and there you go. Now this is a graphical interface. Firefox already running, but it's not responding. To open it, you must first close the exist or restart your system. Okay, let's do that. Anyways, we're going to go to manage server. This is a graphical interface so you could get it to work right. And we're going to click down here. It says start all. It's going to start all the servers. Only the Apache server and MySQL. Those are the only two I really care for starting. All right. So it's running Apache right now, and it's also hopefully soon MySQL. There we go. It's starting. So it's all done. And here on the main page, welcome, we're going to click go to application. There we go. So this is the welcome screen. We're going to select English. And there you go. This is the main page. As you can see on the top, it says localhost. Basically, if you type localhost, and it'll come straight here. But as long as you see this, that means it's working. Okay. Click on status. It'll tell you right here, hey, MySQL, PHP, Perl, CGI, SSI, which is the main server and the site server itself. Now they have extensions right here we don't need to use, so there's no reason to worry about that. And the next one is security. Basically right now it says here, if you want to make it quite secure, this is what you need to do. Just go to /shop//LAMP/XAMPP space security, and that will basically start the security features itself. So if you see right here, sudo / like I said, security, that will create a more secure server. And if you want to start or stop your server on your own using command line, it's basically the same with LAMP. After that, you type start, or you could type stop to stop it. So I thought I'd just mention that. So I'm going to go ahead and do the security feature. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to anyways. So let's do this anyways. Oh, I forgot. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, let's close that. It should be done here. Let's go back up here. Open another tab, paste, there we go, put in security password. Now it's going to first ask you and say, hey, your XAMPP page is not secure, you need to set a password. Do you want to? Yes, by default. Anything in the parentheses is by default. Okay, what's that password? So I'm going to put that in and do it again. Done. Now it's the MySQL. You need to have a password for your SQL database. Usually, when you do development, you don't have to, but it's still okay to practice to do that. It says, normally it's not recommended. Do you want me to turn it off? By default, yes. Now it's going to turn it off. Okay, I know you're going to say, wait a minute. It's going to start it up again. Okay. Now it's going to say MySQL and PHP MyAdmin has no password. Do you want to set it up? Yes. The reason why I did that is I want to make sure that you don't want people through the internet to go into your computer for your web server. You want it just locally. That's the reason why you did that. But here you want to still create a password for your MySQL and PHP MyAdmin, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Hit yes. Put in a password and do it again. There we go. MySQL has no root password set. Do you want to set? Do you want to set that up? Yes. Write it down. Don't forget it. Yes, I know that. I'm going to do that again. FTP password for user Damon is still set to XAMPP. Do you want to change that password? Yes. Sometimes you will use FTP. In this situation, I won't, but I'm going to go ahead and set it up. There you go. Done. All right. So if we look at this, I'm going to restart it. And basically it's the same way as I showed you before, right here. You know, with lamp and space, you would type restart. Does the same thing in command line. Here I'm using the graphical interface to do that. Okay. Should be any second now. Usually it takes a little longer than expected. There we go. Okay. So actually, no, let me go back here and click go to. Alright. You check security. See, it's all secure. Go to documentation. It gives you more information about XAMPP. Components are additional component functions that you can enable and disable in the configuration. The most notable ones are where is it? OpenSSL, FreeType, Webalizer, mod_Perl, where is it? mhash, curl. Those are the most popular ones. So, applications. This is something for I'm going to show in just a moment. Actually, let me put a link. Here it is. Different type of applications that are available out there. Is a ton of them. There's quite a lot. There's quite a bit. Bitnami, basically, you have all these different web server apps that you can use. There are so many of them. You'd be amazed. Some of the things that you could do on here, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to do it. Actually, Webpack. I didn't know they had Webpack already. You know, available. That's interesting. Anyways, so if you take a look in here, there's quite a lot. Yeah, round Q for emails, OS class for forums, PHP for forums, MediaWiki for wiki, you got Ruby stacks for Ruby, WordPress, Joomla, Redmine, Drupal, OwnCloud, Magneto, Doodle, all popular web applications out there. Here are some demos that they show you how to use: CDC collection, biorhythm, guestbook, instant art. See, wow. And then there's the PHP info. You want to know what's your configuration and everything. You go through that. Phone book, another demo. Then there's PHP My Admin. So the username is root. Password is what we set up originally. There you go. And here, this is a graphical interface to set up your database. Usually you do it from command line. This is a better way of doing it. You could change the theme and everything in here, which I think is kind of cool. And then the language, font size and everything. And you just go to database right here, type in the database, hit create. You want to select for all functions, and then that's it. That's all you have to do. And then right here you'll see the database for all the different programs. Very simple, very easy to use. All right. Then you have Webalizer, which basically gives you stats of your web server. Basically that's it. I mean, that's all it is. So, get out of this and get out of this. Let's go here. Let's hit Control break. Still running. Okay. So let's take a look. See, it's green. It's an executable. See how easy it is. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to show you how to install a web app using the Bitnami installers. It's a lot easier than to go to Joomla or WordPress or Drupal or whatever to download it and install it that way. This, they do it for you better, and you'll understand what I mean. If you do it with WordPress, the problem is that if you don't know the development tweaks, most people don't, you're installing it on XAMPP or LampStack or whatever local web server, it won't work. Alright, you can't add or remove themes. It's stuck. So here they do it all for you. So here I'm going to show you how to use Joomla, how to install that. So what we're going to do is the same way. chmod space 755 space so I'm going to type Bitnami dot, let's see, Joom, there we go. Now it should be executable. See that? Alright, so next we're going to now start her, and it's basically the same way. Bitnami Joom. There we go. I'm going to say select the language, English, and say we're going to install Joomla, hit next. Where we're going to put it in the same folder area where LampStack is. So yeah, same thing. Don't try to put it somewhere else. Put it in the same spot. Hit next. This is where you put in the information. So login. Put George B. Username, your real name. George. Email address. Tux gmail.com. Password, and that's for the database password that we're gonna, so we can get into, and then the password for Joomla. Create one for that. I'll put a different one for that. Hit next. it checked to make sure it's correct, and then it says site name. Let's make it Tux. There we go. Says, do you want to require this application send you notifications via email? No. Next. Now here's where you want to make sure you have it done right. This is the part I was telling you about. It says production settings, development settings. Production settings gives you the ability to upload, install through FTP and all that other stuff and make it available to the public. We don't want that. We want developer mode so we could start developing and make changes. So you want to select developing settings. Hit next. Learn more about Bitnami. No. Hit next. Next to start setting it up. So now it's going to do everything that the Joomla installation does, but does it faster and quicker and makes it easier if you want. Does all the little tweaks, and then after it's done, I'll show you how it works out. And I'm a big Joomla guy. I like Joomla, but I also like WordPress, but I'm more of a Joomla guy. If you want true CMS, it's either Joomla or Drupal, not WordPress. WordPress, yes, you could do CMS, but it's more of a blogging tool than it is a CMS, content management system. People in the web industry know what I'm talking about. If you want more information, just type in there Google content management system, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's see, it's just about finishing up here. But as you can see here, it's easy to install these web applications because basically you just go in there, download the script, it'll run it for you, it'll install it. Simple. You don't have to go through the actual program through the web browser to do it like how you normally would do it. And you're all set and done. It's simple, easy, less hassle. Just waiting for it to finish here. Just a second. Shouldn't take that long. Give me a moment. Alright, so it's done. So I'm gonna include. Well, actually, let's go ahead and launch it. There we go. As you can see, just a standard layout from Joomla right here. It's real simple. It has a nice look. It's not that hard to do. I think. I'm trying to remember. I thought that's. Blah, blah. It's going to drive me nuts. Anyways, it'll come back to me. Anyways, so basically, this is how it looks, and you could just go around here getting started. Joomla, see that? Move around and so on. It's not that difficult, but that's how you install one of the web portals, to do certain web apps. It's not that hard. It's simple to use. Here's the graphical interface. So if you go here and when we're done, we just click stop all, and it's going to run down and shut down the web server, the FTP, and the MySQL database all in one shot. And that's it. And then it's done. So that's it. And I'll close that. Are you sure? Yes. So a few other things. If you want, you could create a backup for your web server. So this way, if you have to reinstall, you can install fresh new, and then there's a way that after you have it saved, you could then click restore after you do a backup, and then restore what you have. And just to let you know, the latest version for XAMPP 1.8.3-4 has the latest versions, particularly for Apache 2.4.9, which had a fix on a bug for a security flaw that was a couple months ago. PHP 5.5 versus 5.3. It's a lot better, a lot more peppier than it was back then when they had it at 5.3. And the latest version of PHP MyAdmin 4.1.12. So that is it for XAMPP. I hope this was informative. I hope there are people out there that use Linux for web servers or web development. And if you have any other questions or comments, please leave it down below. Please subscribe to the channel. Hopefully enough this how-to type of segment or tutorial will help you understand that using Linux for your everyday needs, even web development, as you see here using XAMPP, can be very helpful. So if you know anybody that does web development and they like Linux, let them know about this video. Hopefully enough that they'll enjoy using it and know how to install it, and it'll be helpful for them and anybody else that is out there that's interested in learning web development. This is a great tool. That's it. That's all I have. I know it was a long video. It's probably over 25 minutes, but that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.